Today you will not only find out about 10 lead generation and marketing automation best practices for small businesses, but also about the best strategy to replace yourself in lead generation while getting more leads and more freedom as well. And on top of that, this episode will also reveal which are the 4 key lead generation best practices that can double the conversion of any business. My name is István Bújdosó and welcome to the 47 Marketing Show that reveals marketing automation strategies for busy entrepreneurs to get more done in less time and ultimately replace yourself in digital marketing and business. Make sure to tap the like button if you enjoyed this episode and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified of the future episodes. And now let's get started. Okay, let's dive right into the list. Marketing automation best practice for lead generation. Number 1, start with the end in mind. Why do you want to get leads? What are your specific lead generation goals? Those answers not only will give you the directions on which way to go, but also the starting point to work out your lead generation strategies backwards from the end goal to where you are now, so you know what steps to take to achieve the desired end result. The next best practice is number 2, understand the journey of your customers. Even though in this episode we are focusing on how to generate leads and what are the related best practices are, it's important for every entrepreneur to understand the big marketing picture and where lead generation fits into that. Normally, this is the journey your customers go through. At the very beginning, they are strangers and don't know anything about you or your products and services. Then in the first stage, they consume some of your content like videos, podcasts or blog posts, and they get to know you, like you and trust you to a certain level. They turn into your audience. The next stage is when some of your audience goes beyond just consuming your content. They react to your call to actions and visit your landing pages. The third stage is when some of that traffic gets really curious and turns into your leads. We are focusing on that related best practices today. And after the lead stage, the next stage is when some of your leads gain enough trust in you to purchase a product from you. Which leads us to the 5th stage, when some of your customers gain a strong level of know, like and trust in you, and they become your returning clients who pay for your products and services over and over again. Now that you understand the journey of your customers and where lead generation fits into that, let's talk about best practice number 3, know your customers. It is key for any entrepreneur to know their customers better than their customers know themselves, because that information is the fundamental of your marketing being able to get your customers through the stages we talked about. Every part of your marketing has to talk to them. To give you an example, let's say your target customers are first-time puppy owners of a specific breed who live in the countryside. If your landing page would talk about how to keep elderly cats healthy in a city, you would get 0 of your target customers. But if your content, your ads, your landing pages, every other part of your marketing is focused on first-time puppy owners of specific breed who live in the countryside, then your marketing automations and lead generation will get you the right customers. The more you know your customers, the more efficient your marketing can get. Another one of the marketing automation best practices on our list, number 4, mindset. Lead generation and marketing automation are big and complex and can be quite overwhelming at the beginning. That's why your mindset is key. Instead of worrying about how big and complex to get leads on autopilot, chop the entire thing up into smaller steps, even into baby steps, and get started now in small and progress step by step. Which leads us to the fact that you need to be persistent to be able to succeed, because it's going to take a lot of steps for a long time. And besides being persistent, you need to be consistent with your lead generation as well, because getting leads here and there will not get you to your end goals. Okay, in a moment, I will tell you about the best strategy to replace yourself in your lead generation while getting more leads and more freedom as well. And after that, you will find out about which are the 4 key marketing automation best practices that can double the lead generation of any business. Best practice number 5, the A.D.P strategy. This is the strategy that is key to ultimately being able to replace yourself in marketing and business, and at the same time keep growing your business and have more freedom as well. This A.D.P strategy not only can be applied to lead generation, it is a best practice in that area. The first part of the strategy is to automate as much as possible. In this case, as many parts of the lead generation as possible. The second part is to delegate what's not possible to automate. And the third part is the most important part, processes. The processes makes it possible for your marketing automations and your team to work on their most optimum level without your day-to-day involvement. And that's how you can replace yourself in lead generation and more. And recently, we have published a full dedicated episode on the A.D.P strategy. I will leave you a link to that in the description so you can check it out after this episode. Before we move on to the 4 best practices that can double the lead generation of any business, let me ask you a favor. Click on the like button right now if you are enjoying this episode so far. With that, you can support us to create more episodes for you just like this one. Thank you for your like, and now let's continue. Years ago, by using the following best practices, I experienced our lead generation going from around 30% to an average 60%. Ever since, I always apply these lead generation tactics to any new marketing campaign. So what are those 4 marketing automation best practices that can double the lead generation of businesses? The first of those, number 6, use lead funnels instead of websites. In case you are not familiar with lead funnels, they are special step-by-step websites that tend to convert a lot better than normal websites. And here's why. Normal websites have a structure that gives the visitors options to click around, check out multiple things, sometimes a lot of different things. Let me ask you this, have you ever gone into a shop that had a lot of things in it and you felt unsure where to even start looking for what you want, and then you started feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, and then you left without what you wanted to get? That's kind of the experience a normal website gives to your audience, to your potential leads. It scares most of them away. Now imagine a very different experience. You would go into a shop, somebody would welcome you and present you only one thing that you need. You would have only one decision to make, take it or leave it. No questions where to start, no overwhelm, no frustrations, just one simple decision to make. In a nutshell, that's why lead funnels tend to convert a lot better than normal websites. Besides the better conversion rates, a lead funnel is an amazing form of marketing automation for small businesses. Okay, the next of the 4 marketing automation best practices is number 7, case. Keep it super simple. Getting more leads is not only about presenting one thing to your visitors, it's also key to keep that one thing super simple, which makes it even easier and more pleasant for your potential leads to make the decision and become your leads. Number 8, make them curious. The landing page of a lead funnel has one and only one purpose: to make the visitors so curious that they type in their email address to find out more and get the lead magnet. And the way that great level of curiosity is built is by using a powerful hook, which is usually a heading or a heading and an image on a landing page with a bit of design, and that's all. Remember, keep it super simple. Here's an example of a proven curiosity building hook. How to get your next 100 days of engaging social media posts done in less than 30 minutes without hiring an expensive social media team. With that said, let's talk about the next marketing automation best practice, number 9, bring the right traffic. As I mentioned earlier, knowing your customers and audience is a key best practice for every area of your lead generation, and that includes the area of bringing traffic to your lead funnels. Just imagine this. To stick with the previous example, let's say your target customers are first-time puppy owners who with a specific breed who live in the countryside. If you would bring visitors who have elderly cats in the city, that would be a total mismatch, and obviously the conversion rate of your lead funnel would suffer. On the other hand, do you think your funnel could convert much better if most of the traffic would be from the right people, like first-time puppy owners of a specific breed who live in the countryside? When the right traffic matches with the right landing page, then you get a lot more leads. Besides generating traffic from new people, another part of bringing the right leads is retargeting those who have visited your landing page but not yet signed up. They are obviously interested in the topic but may not be ready to opt in yet. Some people naturally need to see your lead funnel and hook multiple times before they opt in. And that's why it's a best practice to keep bringing them back in different ways until they are ready to be your leads. These 4 lead generation best practices can have a huge impact on any small business, in some cases even double the conversion rate. And now let's talk about another marketing automation best practice for getting leads. Number 10, track and optimize. When it comes to lead generation in digital marketing, the rule of thumb is to avoid guesswork. No matter how well your lead funnels seem to convert, there is always space for improvements, and it's best practice to always do that based on real numbers. So from the very beginning, track the performance of your lead funnels, then use those real numbers to optimize the relevant part of your lead generation campaign. While it's good to know these best practices, you only enjoy the real benefits of them when you take action and implement them. So I would like to challenge you and invite you to do that. The good news is you don't have to do that all alone. I will leave you a link in the description to the One Funnel Away challenge that will help you to set up your first or next lead funnel step by step. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button, it supports this channel a bit, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified of the future videos just like this one. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.